Welcome to the Bolton Gamers first
Hi.
Tech Tuesday. So we have Liam next to me here. Oh, I just need to angle. I'm trying to get used to it.
We're on the different side.
Yeah. Oh, you're doing it right on mine. So yes, we have Liam and I am Sean. And we wanted to do this in person, but due to some COVID restrictions, you might have heard about these.
No.
Basically, it's like this weird. Some people are calling it a pandemic, and what happens is if you're too close to somebody like Liam who sweats a lot, there's a lot of there's a lot of bodily fluids, and they might get on you. And basically, it means we're not allowed in the same room. Well, we are allowed in the same room, but neither of us are rich enough to have a room that would be big enough to accommodate us.
Basically, Sean's room isn't big enough. That's what you're saying.
Pretty much, yeah, exactly. Yeah, so Liam and me don't fit in it at the same time, which is awkward. Otherwise, well, we'd struggle, wouldn't we? So we thought, boom, we're not gonna wait for perfection or for COVID to blow over, because, lol.
No, we're tech experts as
We're
well.
tech experts, yeah. Well,
Experts.
It says Liam, who is very pixelated right now. So we are going to be attempting to do a sort of a tech news, gaming news update every week, sort of recapping on the past week of what's happened, what's in the news, what's good, what we kind of like the look of, and some, I guess, controversy around it. And let us know your thoughts. If you've got any questions, you want to chat to us throughout it, let us know, and we will do our best to address those things. So, I guess the big news, Apple.
Yep. I do like my fruit.
He does like his fruit. So Apple last week finally announced their late iPhone 12.
Yeah, and I'm excited for one, to be honest. I didn't think I would be. Didn't think I'd be that guy, but obviously they got the 12, 12 Pro, 12 Pro Max, the 12 Mini.
I like the look of the 12 Mini. I like the look.
I like them small.
He does like them small. I currently have the 11 Pro Max, and
I have the 10.
Yes, so Liam is due an upgrade. I definitely don't need to upgrade. Yeah. The only thing that I dislike about the Pro Max is it's too big. It was too heavy.
Yeah, too heavy for Sean's weak wrists. He doesn't have a weighted mouse like I do, although I think you do have it.
I do have the same mouse as you. So that fell flat. But yeah, seriously, I do. In fact, I like the size of it. It's just it is too heavy, and a mini, and it's like the first mini phone for a long time that hasn't been absolutely gimped in terms of spec.
What's gimped? I've never heard that before.
Shut up.
Can you elaborate on that?
Basically, it's where somebody, I guess, mentally and physically humiliates it. I think that's a good word. You know, normally you get like the Samsung S5 Mini or the Samsung Mini range. You always had like the main range, and it was like, oh yeah, that's good. And then you brought out a mini phone. It's like, that's just rubbish. Who would want that? It's like you may as well just buy a low, cheap spec phone. Whereas this seems to be like the first, I guess, the return of the mini phone that is still flagship.
Yeah, I get that. So, would you compare it to the old SE? Like, because when that came out, that was kind of the same spec as the 6.
Well, we may as well compare it to the new SE, which is.
Yeah, but the old one was smaller. But
this is like the first time where it's all come out at the same time as well.
Yeah.
So the SE normally has it follows up 6 months after, and then it gets delayed. You know, they bring them out like every 3 years or so. Whereas this has come out at the same time as the other iPhones, although it'll be when the Pro Max lands. So a little bit of waiting, but it has pretty identical specs compared to the iPhone 12, and then the 12 Pro and the Pro Max have better cameras. They have a stainless steel body on it as well, which I don't like. Have you seen any of the unboxing videos from today?
No, not yet. Like I'm waiting until I'm going to unbox in person, because you still can't tell that well on screens.
Yeah, but it's weird because obviously this year there wasn't a trade show for everybody to get hands-on with the device, so they've actually sent out review models, and the embargo got lifted today, so all the reviews have started landing for the iPhone 12s today. All the unboxings are on YouTube as well, and the stainless steel is really shiny. It's like,
oh really?
It's really bright, whereas very, very fingerprinty. Yep. That seems a shame to me because the iPhone 12 has the aluminium finish, not aluminum.
Yeah, you told me. I'm not from America.
Exactly, so. But you know, but it's like a brushed aluminium, and it just it looks nice. It's the same thing with the Apple Watches, where the more expensive ones have the stainless steel and they're really flashy and bright, whereas the cheaper ones have this brushed aluminium. I'm really struggling to get my hand in that.
Good shot.
Oh,
can you tell?
That's beautiful and pixelated. Love it.
It doesn't look pixelated on mine.
It doesn't seem to be on the stream either. It might just be on Discord.
Oh well.
Oh well, who cares?
Oh well,
we'll manage. So yeah, I wish they kind of had that nice interim, but then on the back of the Pros they've got like a matte glass like they have on the current Pros, but on the iPhone 12, the standard one, it's like a shiny glass. And it's like,
And what's all this MagSafe stuff?
So MagSafe.
Is this something they've done before I was born? And then
shut up. It wasn't before you were born. So MagSafe, everybody has been asking for MagSafe back, and Apple gave it us on the iPhones, which I don't think anybody asked for. MagSafe is basically, on the old MacBooks, they used to have the magnetic charger that clipped onto the side. That way, if you kicked the charger, your MacBook didn't go flying, it just disconnected, and it was like everybody's preferred way of charging the MacBooks. And then they took it away because they brought out USB-C, and Apple decided to go really thin. Unlike my belly, before you say it, thanks, Liam.
I would never bully on a live stream.
Oh, that's true. That's true. He would. He bullied me on the last live stream. So they brought it. So basically, what it is there is now a magnet sort of on the back of the iPhone.
It's a nice case.
It is a nice case. In case you haven't read this author, Sean Dowdle, so get on over to Amazon, pick up your copy of Christmas Blooms in all good bookstores.
Little girl, Sean Dowdle.
That is Sean Dowdle. Shut up, Liam. But yeah, so it basically allows you to, like the same way the Apple Watch charges, it's one for the iPhone.
Sorry, I was drinking coffee. That's actually really good. So it's a better wireless charger.
Yes, and it also works with cases and other attachments, so you can stack them.
Credit card thing.
Yes, but again, in all the unboxings, if you watch them, the magnet is really weak, so when you put it into your pocket, the credit card thing just falls off.
Right. And if chances are, if you're going to get a phone like that, you're going to be using Apple Pay.
You would think so, yeah. But it just seems odd. And then like loads of people saying, "Oh, it'd be great if you could have something like this for the car and like a strong magnet that clips onto it." But by the looks of things, the magnet in it is just weak. And I get it. If you kick it, you want it to be able to kind of pull off and not drag your iPhone and send it flying. But I don't know who was asking for this.
You.
Definitely not me. Definitely not me. But the most exciting thing, in my opinion, of Apple's announcement was the HomePod. The HomePod Mini.
Means nothing to me.
HomePod. Oh, you know what the HomePod is, though?
Yeah, is it like Alexa?
Yeah, like this little speaker, but it was really expensive. It was like 300 quid. So it was a pricey one, but this one comes in at £100. So it's probably not going to beat the competition. Obviously, Amazon have that, and Google have absolutely smashed it. But if Apple can get more speakers, especially coming up to the Christmas season, it's probably going to be a massive seller. And hopefully, that means that they will finally put some effort into solving Siri as an assistant or a home automation device. Because at the moment, Siri sucks.
That's why I have it on my wrist.
That's not nice.
Oh.
Wow, these unscripted moments. Go away. But yeah,
I don't use Siri at all.
No,
it doesn't do anything for me. I try to I use it a bit more now when I'm driving more, just to send a text, not to read, obviously, because it's illegal.
Good boy.
Just to and I'm like, hey Siri. Hey Siri. Hey Siri. And it's like, yeah. I was like, oh, there we go. It worked that time. I was just trying to send a text message. Just so difficult sometimes.
Yeah, it seems really limited, and especially if you have something like Amazon's home devices or Google's home devices, the microphones on them are just they work all the time, and I don't understand why Apple is so behind on this when they've got the tech and the money and everything else, and it's clearly something to be moving for the future, but they're just...
It's lagging.
Yeah, and it was weird because they do tend to do a pretty good job. So hopefully HomePod Mini, it should be a massive seller, and fingers crossed, because the way you interact with it is through the iPhone, and through Siri, they're going to need to absolutely nail that down. Otherwise, it's just going to be catastrophic.
Another wasted.
Yeah, another wasted opportunity. But I guess only time will tell. We'll see how it goes. But all in all, it looks like a nice little speaker. I've got Sonos at mine at the moment, and used to love them, but then Sonos took a turn for the worse. We've got awful software support now. Their new application is just absolute tosh. And tosh. Absolute tosh. And Sonos needs a good kick up the arse because they have made so many bad decisions this year that don't buy their products. They're just awful.
You'll say tosh for something, but then you'll say arse. I also want to mention that we're sponsored by Sonos for this. That's Sean. Brilliant. I'll just put my speaker away. Yeah.
Send that one back. Yeah. So I went off topic there, but I'd like to be able to replace my home speakers with something, and I'd kind of like Apple to get a grip, just because I love their AirPlay integration and all of that. But I've gone off on a bit of a tangent. The other thing that really annoys me about last week and their announcement, I'm going off on another tangent, but this is one that does annoy a lot of people, is removing the charger from the box.
Yes.
And we've spoken about this. We spoke about it in the Apple Time Flies event recap that we did. And we understand it because so many people have these little plugs kicking about. And in America, if anyone's watching from America, do you call these wall warts?
Excuse me?
Yeah, it always seems to come up online that Apple have removed the wall warts.
I think you're reading Harry Potter. I think you can confuse between what you're reading.
So, if somebody could, let us know in the comments, do you call these, what do you call these? We call them plugs. Because, they plug into the wall.
Plugs in,
yeah, exactly. But, so, yeah, everyone's got one of these. And Apple bang on about, it's the great thing for the environment, and it's doing the right thing. But then there's so many contradictions to that. And the first one is, move to USB-C.
Yep.
Because every other device is, and it stops waste. And most of your other devices now USB-C. You then ship a cable in the box, which is USB-C to Lightning. And the claim is that everybody's already got a plug for these cables. But you ship one in the box that will not work with anybody else's wall wart. What?
I mean, I've got one.
Because I've got
the iPad, though.
Yeah, so unless you got the iPhone 11 Pro last year, and you're probably not upgrading to this one, the cable they ship with it doesn't work with everybody's plugs. So they bang on about, we're environmentally friendly. Don't ship the cable then.
Yeah, no, it's completely backwards.
And then you introduce MagSafe, which is using Qi charging, which is one of the least efficient forms of charging, and bang on about the environment.
Hey, but they recycle all their wood.
And I get it. Apple are, I don't want to knock them too much, because Apple do a very, very good job with their environmentally friendly push. And if you look at all the stuff that they document and they talk about, it's tremendous the efforts they go to. But this decision is nothing to do with the environment. It's just absolute. I'm going to say it again. It's
all
tosh.
about the moolah.
It's about people having to pay, because obviously they've increased the price of the base iPhone 12, and with 5G their costs are impacted and everything else. So they're trying to make it up elsewhere. It's as simple as that. None of their decisions match up to what they're saying, and it's just.
What would your advice be?
My advice.
Would you say just make your own charger out of wood, and some steam power charger to power your phone?
Oh, I don't think mixing vapor and electricity is going to end well.
Right. What about a water wheel? What do you do? Build a wither. Build a river. Build a water wheel. Oh, I can't say it. And then just attach your phone to it.
Water wheel.
Green energy.
Nice.
It's saying river, then water wheel.
Okay. River, water wheel.
Alright, you've planned it now. Just say it off the cuff.
Sorry. My whole thing would be at least do, like O2 used to do, offering these at cost.
Yeah.
Problem solved. You can buy these at cost. Because at the moment what's happening is people are buying an iPhone, they're then buying a plug, and they're buying something. It's all getting different shipments sent out to them, and it's just. It's not good. It's not a good look, but moving on from Apple, so that's done, and the iPhones come out on Friday?
Yes, pre-order was on Friday, comes out on Friday.
Nice.
I don't know when pre-order is for the Mini and the Pro.
I don't think they've announced it yet, because they come out towards the end of November, but... And
I
I'm sure...
I saw an announcement.
You know what, they'll probably smash it, even though costs have increased on the base iPhone 12 in the time of COVID when no one's got money, but... It's Apple, they will smash it. I'm pretty sure they will absolutely kill it. And they look nice. They've done some really good things on them. They improved cameras. A14 chip is amazing.
I'm happy it's 5G as well. That was, some people were like, oh, it might not be 5G. They might be like just doing one 5G model. But the fact that all four are 5G is really good. So
and
that's just...
all of them have millimeter wave on it. So they future-proofed it. You can get a 5G iPhone now and be safe in the knowledge that 5G will be some of the best 5G for years to come.
So, what is millimeter wave? I know what inch wave is.
It's it's basically like the next level, the next evolution of 5G. So, the 5G we've currently got available to us, at least in the UK, it's not particularly good. It's just it's a slightly faster version of LTE, which is 4G. Millimeter wave is just vastly improved. It's the more future-proof one. So a lot of handsets are shipping with just base 5G at the moment, which means as millimeter wave starts to come out, and that's we said it in the Time Flies event because you were excited about 5G and I wasn't. That was the reason I didn't think they would ship it with this technology in it. So you know what, it future-proofs the device, and I think that's handy. And I guess again that comes down to it. People tend to buy an iPhone and they last for a long time. They get a lot of software support and updates and everything. So I guess what they didn't want to happen was in 2-3 years' time, you get the next evolution of 5G really starting to roll out, and then people will be, just annoyed that they can't get their hands on that because they've got an older iPhone. So, hats off to them there.
Fair. I don't want to hear you cut that joke, by the way. I know you will.
I won't. I'll keep that one in there. I promise. Scouts honour.
Do it. I can see you. Do the hand thing. Scouts honour.
What is the hand thing? I was about to do the Vulcan one, but...
Such a nerd.
That one's hard to do. Scouts honour.
I don't know what's nerdier, Scouts honour or doing a Vulcan thing. I can't do that. Yeah.
So, next one, and
have a plug down.
Put the plug down. I put the plug down.
Put the wall wart down.
Put the wall wart down. Yeah.
They spread.
So the next one is an interesting one, and this is something that a lot of people had fears about. Was obviously Oculus got bought by Facebook, and recently they announced that to use Oculus you would have to have a Facebook account rather than an Oculus account that you've got at the moment. But the current owners of that don't need to do it until like 2023 or something like that. But if you buy a new Oculus device, you have to have a Facebook account. So the Oculus Quest 2 just came out, the successor to the extremely successful Oculus Quest 1. And loads of people are having brick devices because they bought them, they've got them, and it says you've got to have a Facebook account. And see, some people don't have Facebook. They've gone to set up a Facebook account, and instantly they've been kicked off Facebook, and they've just got these expensive paperweights. And Facebook came out and they basically said, well, you need to check your standing with Facebook before you buy one of these devices. Check and make sure your social standing is good. That's terrifying.
I did actually know about that because I'm not interested in VR. As a sweaty man, Sean knows this. He's watching me sweat.
Yeah, he sweats a lot in VR.
VR doesn't work for me, but that's absolutely mental. That's like some weird dystopian.
Isn't it?
So they made their Facebook account. So they're like, oh, I don't have Facebook.
Yep.
I'll make one.
And or they've reactivated it.
And because of that, Facebook went, nah, you've left once. That's it.
Or you've got to strike against your Facebook account because technically you can only have one Facebook account for you. And if you try to, if you deactivate it for some reason, or if you do something that gets you kicked off Facebook, you're not allowed to own an Oculus product.
Wow, that's mental. My friend once got kicked off Facebook because he posted a picture of my pubes, and someone reported it. So could he have an Oculus, or would that be like a...
No, you're not allowed it. You're not allowed it. You're deemed as somebody not worthy of having a Facebook product, so therefore you're not allowed it. And like you said, it's that dystopian type future. It's like, no, I'm sorry, your social standing doesn't add up. So obviously in this day and age where there's so much, I suppose, hate speech and everything else that is on Facebook and social media, and they're cracking down on it, it just seems odd that actually, you could lose your social media account, but who would have known, 5-6 years ago, that actually a prank that you do on somebody's social media account that then gets you kicked off, and now you're not allowed to buy a product. And where does it stop? When Facebook buys out another company and suddenly goes, sorry. Or for those who own a VR at the moment, so I obviously own the Oculus Rift. What happens when I'm required to have a Facebook account? No, fortunately, my Facebook account is fine. But if it wasn't, then
I hate to tell you, Sean, I've posted a picture of my pubes on your Facebook account.
Brilliant. So nice.
Gonna brick your Oculus.
Sorry Oculus, we're done. But yeah, that's terrifying. Again, with so much buying power and so much else that they can do, when they suddenly start buying up another company and you lose access to it.
It just feels wrong. Like, there's no counter argument to how wrong it is. It's not like, I can't even think of one.
No.
To be like, you've spent what, £600 ish?
So I mean, these ones are cheap. I think they start at like 300, but still,
only 300.
It's £300 for a device that in no way, shape, or form requires Facebook to run. There's no need for it to have a Facebook account.
No, it is bad.
And it's causing now all these issues, and obviously the first wave of it, of course, is going to cause issues. But at the same time, it's a scary concept. Let us know your thoughts in the comments about this. Having a social media company, especially one as scummy as Facebook, there goes my account, as scummy as Facebook in terms of the information they gather on us and what they do with that and how much of that they sell.
I personally accept our Facebook overlords, and I'd like to thank them for this Oculus Rift 2 they sent me. So, Jesus
God
Christ.
damn it, you're getting all the sponsored stuff.
I wonder why.
Sorry, I'm really burning our bridges tonight, aren't I? Sorry, love you, Facebook.
Oh, did your phone just go off?
No.
Something just... Oh my days, Facebook's listening.
Something
just went off, I went through.
Oh, my Facebook just went off. Yeah, that's just gone off. Oh, Zucker! Don't hurt me. Yeah, it's an interesting concept. Everyone bangs on about the... not trusting it. And then having something like the Oculus Quest with all these cameras in it, this mapping out your home, and you just, where did you run? We always talk about this, that me and Liam will have a conversation or we'll message each other about something, and then suddenly Facebook's like, hey, here, you need a new hard drive. It's like,
it's not just Facebook, it's like everything Facebook owns, so Instagram will be on there. It's like, here's a picture of a pube trimmer. Weird. It's like, you have to keep it in now. It is like, they're literally listening. They listen to everything. They watch what you do. It's just, I don't want them to see a picture of my browless face.
Have you watched the Social Dilemma on Netflix?
No.
Watch it.
Likes Netflix. No sponsor from them.
No sponsor from them. But no, it's basically the same sort of thoughts we've always had, and that it's a lot of people who actually work for that industry and what they did to get it to where it is today. But it's still things like I've removed Facebook from my phone just because the amount of times I would suddenly just find myself scrolling through Facebook. I had no idea how I kind of got there. But since I've done that, I've been getting non-stop emails from Facebook about, so-and-so that you're like, yeah. No, and I've never had an email from them for ages, and now they're constantly emailing, so-and-so's just done this or that and that. It's like, okay, you've noticed I've removed the app, so you're now coming at me through a different channel.
That's creepy. Can you does in the emails just have like an unsubscribe option?
Yeah, I could log back into Facebook and, knock that off. But then they'll probably knock on my door or something. Or go through my VR headset. I'll be doing Beat Saber and I'll be going wild, and then suddenly Zuckerberg will be there in front of me like, hey! Liam's just posted a picture of something sensitive you might want to see. And I'm like, whoa!
Something sensitive?
Whoa, I am beating right now. I don't want to see that. Whoa! That's how my Beat Saber, by the way.
Beat it off.
Yeah,
I'm just going to like curb stomp your VR headset.
Oh god,
is that too heavy?
That got violent really quick. Wow, thanks.
Facebook, it's all there.
That's it.
Right.
Yes. So let us know in the comments what you think of that. I think it's a scary precedent to set that a company like Facebook could decide whether or not you are in good enough social standing to own certain products. I just think that's mad. Where do we draw the line?
It's going to end up like that. I know it's a cliche, but there's a Black Mirror episode where everyone uses social media.
Yeah.
And if you're below a certain star level, I think it's 5 ranks. If you're below a certain level, the people above won't talk to you, and then some shops won't serve you and things like that.
Yeah.
And that, it honestly feels like Facebook are starting that.
Yeah.
Like, you've dissed Facebook. You don't deserve this product.
Yeah. So you walk into a shop and they go, "Oh, actually, no, you've got this mark against your name because you said this and then like, oh,
it's happening."
Yeah, that's it, and it is crazy. But yeah, let's move on from that because it's scary. So that kind of sums up our tech news. But one thing that we did want to talk about is our PC/console dilemma.
Oh yes. Yes. What side are you on? I'm even. Yeah,
I am. I think I will. Yeah, we say it's a dilemma, but it really isn't because we're too poor to kind of just buy these things. I will probably stick with my PC until it dies.
Yep.
At the moment, so to kind of put it in perspective, my PC is pretty powerful in terms of graphics card and everything, but my processor is well and truly past it. But to upgrade my processor, I will need to upgrade motherboard and RAM and all of that, and I don't want to fork out for it. It does the job at the moment. But Microsoft,
I mean, just to go back on what you were saying about your PC. So the main dilemma for most people about PC and console is PC, like you said, you buy it, it's amazing, it's better than consoles. One thing goes wrong, you have to replace it. Oh, that's wrong, and you replace that as well.
Yeah.
So it's a constant, it's not constant, but it's a money vacuum because you pay a lot to get it all sorted, more than a console probably, and then you keep paying loads. But then you buy a console, and that's that. Pretty, if you're careful.
Yeah, that's it. You buy a game and you know it's going to run.
I've got my day one PS4. It is as loud as a jet fighter, but it still works. I still use it mainly for media because I do have a PC because I am middle class now. I'm rich.
Well, he is. He is.
But that's what I like about consoles. They're just simple, they're easy. The other day, I was playing a game with Sean, and my audio wouldn't work on the computer. I was playing on the computer, and I was like, why is this not working? And how long did it take for me to fix it? Like half an hour? It was something mental.
It's really weird, and it was such a stupid thing that we'd never even heard of.
Because of a weird PC update. Whereas on console, you're like, oh, there we go, that's working.
Yeah.
So I'm on the fence. I'll probably get a PS5. I think it's going to happen. Or
have you seen
Xbox
the size of it?
Yeah.
It's massive.
But so's the Xbox.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not. If you look at all the... Because obviously loads of people have the early units of the Xbox.
Yeah.
And it's actually...
I saw them take apart the PS5.
Yeah, the PS5 is massive. The thing I don't like about the PS5 is it's almost like an art statement.
I hate how it looks.
Yeah.
I despise how it looks. I will say that.
I think Microsoft, this generation, are killing it. If you look at Game Pass and the fact that you can subscribe to get your console and Game Pass included, and I just think they've gone down this whole thing of, you know what, we want to offer a service which is ultimately Game Pass. And we don't care if you play that on the Xbox One, or the Xbox Series X, or the Xbox Series S, or on your PC. Here's how much you need to pay, and you can get all these games. It's awesome. Come play Xbox. And they're not really differentiating between, this is our hardware, this is the one you've got to go for and buy all these games. They're doing such a good job. And it's a reasonable cost as well. To subscribe for like 24 months, to get it.
$29.99 a month for the console and Game Pass.
Yes.
Which, if I didn't have a PC, that would seriously tempt me. I'm still tempted now. The only reason I'm not getting an Xbox is because excuse me, COVID, is because most of the games will be coming out on PC, if not all of them. So I don't need an Xbox. Whereas, but for £30 a month to get a console, 0% APR, I think it was.
0%.
So you pay just for cost of console and Game Pass. It's amazing. 2 years of Game Pass to like Sea of Thieves. That's 2 years of playing. You know, you could just get into games. If anyone wants to play Sea of Thieves with me, please do. I'm lonely. But then PS5 has the exclusives, which probably won't come to PC, or if they do...
but it does, and they've announced that they're researching and bringing more to PC, and I think Microsoft's recent acquisitions will probably make PlayStation
that was the other thing.
Because obviously...
I forgot about that.
acquiring Bethesda, that's massive. That's absolutely massive. First time I hear Bethesda, my thoughts are always Elder Scrolls and Fallout, but actually it's so much more. It's like Doom, Prey, Dishonored. There's so many games within those studios.
Give me 3 more.
No. No. But yeah, so many games that are now going to be available on probably just on Microsoft's platforms, Xbox and PC. Yeah. And that's huge. And they're not done buying studios. They've said they're going to be buying up some more as well. So
that is the other thing which is pushing me, because like I am Elder Scrolls fanboy, like since Morrowind.
Yeah,
best game ever. I think we've talked about it before. We probably have, but to feel like I'm cutting myself off, because I'll be able to play newer games on my PC in a year or so. But again,
yeah.
I'll have Sean's issue in a year or so I'll have to buy a new. I was gonna joke, but it's going. Like I can't. That's a couple of months.
That is true. Yeah, that's going.
It's like a baboon's arse.
Yeah, but I get what you mean. The fact that, at the moment we have a PC, so the PlayStation makes sense, because then you get all of those Microsoft-enabled games on PC as well. And then those exclusive games that you do want to play on PlayStation, you have access to them. Actually, once that goes away, then the Xbox kind of starts to... But it depends what the state of streaming's like as well in 2 years' time, because that, apart from Apple trying to block it at every single step of the way, apparently I don't like Apple, but yeah.
No, your phone's going to stop working soon.
It is. Well, it did that the other day. Don't bring back memories. But yeah, depending on how streaming looks in a couple of years, that could be, I guess, the solution.
Yeah, I suppose Xbox just got rid of Mixer, so.
I don't mean game streaming. I mean as in
streaming to devices.
Yes, cloud streaming. So you could have a relatively low-end PC that would stream everything to it.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Like GeForce Now, if they can ever stop developers from, barring their games. But yeah, so I don't know. It's a dilemma. Let us know again in the comments what you're leaning towards. Are you going to be going for PlayStation? Are you going to be going for Xbox? Are you going to be going with PC? Are you holding out and hoping that Nintendo bring out a Switch Pro?
I mean, God, don't do this to me. God, if that happens, again, Zelda's where's that? Yeah, Zelda's my childhood.
Yeah, see, my Switch is a paperweight at the moment, but they are going to bring out a Pro.
Yeah, I don't think I would get a Pro. I've outgrown Nintendo that much that if they released, if the games still work on normal Switch, fine. But anything a new Zelda game comes out for, if it only works on that console, I'm going to buy it. And most people are, because it's Zelda.
Fair enough. Makes sense for you, which is good.
Yeah.
But
all right, I was very passive aggressive.
I don't like Zelda. You know that.
Okay, where's the disconnect?
But yeah, I think that'll be it. Get off! I can see it on your stream. Wow! Get your mouse away from that. That was outrageous. But yeah, that'd be interesting. Obviously, if Nintendo bring out a Pro console, they're bound to. They're bound to. They always bring out updated hardware, and then they make things really difficult to understand. But we'll see. But yeah, at the moment, I'm going to stick with my PC. If the Xbox hadn't sold out instantly on day one, I would have probably ended up pre-ordering one.
I was tempted when you sent me that deal with a £30 a month. I was like, blimey, that's a good deal.
Blimey.
That's what I say now. I don't swear.
Wow, nice. I did almost get one, and I tried, but they were all sold out, and I'm glad they were sold out. Cause
it's one of those things where I don't like my PlayStation's a media center more than anything else now. I don't need a console that much, but I just, like I said, it's for exclusives for me. That's what it is.
Yeah, fair enough. We'll see if they come up in the future. So I think that's about all we've got.
Yeah. Are we gonna sing the theme song?
Oh no!
I can see a guitar behind you. It's for QG.
Here we go.
Balding Gamers. Bald. There we go.
That was awful.
Don't stifle my creativity.
Points for effort.
I don't know chords in banjo.
Don't know chords in banjo.
No, because it's in a weird tuning.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the song. We'll work on it for next time.
That was beautiful. I enjoyed it. Thank you, Liam. That was...
We will serenade you next time.
We will
Sean will be on guitar. I'll be on banjo or bass.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you've still got instruments in my garage. It's not a euphemism, by the way.
I do, yeah. I need a...
Especially since it's getting cold. You don't want them to get all warped.
That is a good shout. I will come... It's a good time to edit, isn't it?
Yeah, it certainly is. So this is it's our first one, and like to the start, due to restriction, we'd like to be in the same room because it just makes it a bit more natural and easier to do. But we're going to try and bring these to you each week. We've only decided to do this today, as you probably noticed by the fact we didn't really plan that much out.
I think it works better if it's not planned out. We just need like bullet points, don't we?
Yeah.
And if anyone's got any suggestions, what you want us to talk about, let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
If you want to know about our actual in-depth PC setup or what we use to stream, let us know.
Yeah, and even down to things like, obviously, the YouTube channel at the moment that we've got going is currently in a spate of growth. There's loads of people watching. It's great. I love it. And, you know, if you want to know how we film things and what sort of hardware we use and any comparisons between that, let us know. We, do things there. But if there's a day that people would like, at the moment we're kind of leaning towards Tuesdays.
Tuesdays are dudes' days.
Shut up. So it probably at the moment it's looking like it'll be every Tuesday 8 PM English time. So
GMT?
Well, GMT. I think it's GMT. It is.
Is that a TV show?
I don't know. Good morning. No idea. But yeah, we'll put a schedule up obviously once we finally decide on it, so that way you know when we'll be there. But any suggestions you've got, again, let us know in the comments, and we'll be sure to action them. So we shall see you next week. Where's my end stream button?